Alright, in this video, came up to see the folks. It's part of our summer vacation, and to my surprise, the old man got delivery on his 2022 Can-Am Defender HD9. So I had brought mine up to take him out for some riding, but with his, we both did some riding. But mine's on the right, his on the left. Exact same trim, however, he made sure that he got himself a few extra accessories than me, but figured this would be a good opportunity to look at the side-by-sides, literally, and look at some of the subtle differences. Just in the space of ordering, I got mine in January of this year, and like I said, my dad got his last week. So take a look at the obvious difference. If you notice, the one on the left is slightly taller than the one on the right, than mine. And that's just because they tweaked the suspension. They made it soft, so they took the collar here and they tweaked it up. So that has the effect of raising it up a little bit. You can see my collar is on the probably lowest setting here. So I think that would be a good thing to try out, is to jack it up a little bit. Very smooth ride. So I want to be curious to see what that does. Mine already is pretty good, but anything to make it smoother would be great. So on the exterior appearance, we got he got himself the bumper, got the same winch as me. He also got the doors with the full windshield wiper and the glass back. And you got some flares and some mirrors. And then the other difference with mine is the flares are a little bit different. You can see in the back, piece, these two pieces are a little bit bigger, a little bit longer than on this one here. So not quite sure if you got different types of fenders on this one. I don't know. I can't remember honestly if there was a different set or not. So he got the little mirrors. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And of course, you got the winch here on the side. But one of the things I wanted to show the difference, we both did some riding, about the same amount of kilometers. And like I said, we both have the DPS trim, so the interior should be the same, but there are a little bit of differences here. So this is the inside. Obviously, we've shown this in a couple other videos. But I just want to pay attention to this area right here, including the shifter. But otherwise, he had basically the same thing. He had the same lunchbox compartment, and then that's about it, right? Of course, I've added a few other accessories here. So it's very, you can see we did the same amount of riding, brought the machine clean. You can see the little bit of dust on the inside. And if you go out, right, a little bit of dust on the seats, obviously, when you're riding. Had a little bit of rain too. So let's go over and, you know, take a look at the advantage if you want to get yourself a cab. All right, you got these nice doors here. They kind of hinge up, or whatever you want to call it here. A little bit of dirt here, but you can see it all nice and pristine on the inside. And that's the big thing. Nice and clean. Machine stays clean. And we go on the inside. And you can see the inside is a little bit different. One thing I forgot, the accessory that I forgot to mention that he added was the heater. So for the winters up here in northern New Brunswick, it gets cold. I decided to put the winch button on this side instead of the other side. And because of the heater, that little cubby hole that I used to have got taken up by the vents, and also the cup holders will have now the vents. Because of those two cup holders are gone, you got a cup holder there, and otherwise everything is exactly the same. But you can tell the same amount of riding, right? Big difference. Let me close the door. Very nice doors. Very nice. You get your electric windows here, you get your tab here. Couple problems with the mirror. It's a little small, hard to train your eye to it, And after riding, the old man said that, you know, these are too small. So I think there are some different styles on, but he didn't like these. He had trouble, you know, focusing his eye, looking at it, or seeing properly here. Even that, you can kind of have to move around a bit to get the right angle here. But other than that, we got the windshield. You know, he has the one that opens up, comes with the washer, the fluids. You got space here for the mirrors. So one of the questions was, can you put the rear view mirrors, the center rear view mirror? And yeah, because you just got these two bolts there, and that's the same area that you would bolt the mirror as in mine. So that's that. The door opens up like this, which is kind of weird. And sometimes when you're getting out, you get this tendency of knocking yourself here, or, you know, as you're trying to get in, sometimes you kind of forget how far it opens. But like I said here, talk about the center mirror. I think Dad wants to get that, so all you need is those two screws, and you have that over there. So we got the glass back, part of the cab kit. And because of the cab and the heater kit, he went for the HD9. So that provides quite a bit of difference in terms of sound quality, or sound of the engine. Kind of nice. You also got the glass back of the cab, and you also got the insulation kit here. So you got this felt insulation here and here. And I believe there's some other stuff that got filled in the cracks, so that there's limited amount of dust. But you can see here how very little dust came in, and a little bit of dirt came on that side here. But you can see after a day of riding, you know, you have something very nice and pristine over here. Same amount of driving, and then you got a little bit different situation. It all depends what you like in terms of your riding. I kind of like to have it more open, so I don't mind getting a little bit dirty. All right, so we're gonna do the noise test here. So this is where I use my Apple Watch. There's the noise app that allows us to do a measurement to get a rough sense of decibel levels for noise. So I'm going to start her up, and I'm going to just rev up the engine here so we can get a couple read-ins to see how loud the engine is. I'm going to do on the HD7, and then I'm going to flip over to the HD9 and show you the comparison on that. All right, about 64. So let's so I had her up to about 3,000 RPMs, and you saw where it went up here on the level a little bit. Not overly loud, and I showed on the last video how when you're revving it up around the 4,000 RPM, it's no louder than, actually a little bit less than a snowblower. So let's flip over to the HD9 and see what it does inside the cab. All right, let's do door open. So let's get a baseline. All right, so let's see. Turn it on. And I got the door open. And now let's close the door. So it went down a couple decibels right here. So let's rev the engine up to 3,000. All right, so we did the little sound test. You can see here, obviously, with the cab and the insulation, the machine, the noise inside the cab is a few decibels quieter in the HD9. The HD9 has a little bit of a different sound, nice, bigger, fuller sound than the HD7. Mileage or fuel economy seems to be the same. We started out both full. We did the same trails, and we seem to be around the same gas level after our ride. And Dad filled it up there, and he said that it was pretty much the same quantity, more or less, the same quantity there as he filled both of them up for our last ride. So we took about 3 rides. We did about 300 kilometers of trail riding here. We have quite a series of network of snowmobile / ATV trails here up in New Brunswick, bordering Maine and Quebec. So there's lots of options which ways you want to go. So look for some videos on that. But otherwise, you can see some of the things. And like I said, definitely I think I'm going to try adjusting those suspension collars to get a little bit more height and a little bit more softness on the ride. I really did appreciate that. And I think the old man's gonna switch with the center mirror. But otherwise, those doors are really nice. I get it. People want to get the full cab, especially with the heater kit. This is pretty nice. So we'll see how it really performs in -30 C winters up here. That'll be nice to see. But other than that, all right, we'll see what we'll see what he says in a few months. For me, we'll be getting the snowplow kit in a few months, and we'll have some fun with that.